Hello and welcome to the podcast. Unfortunately, Aaron is not with us right now. He will be running a little bit late to the podcast. Just a little bit. I still wanted to do it at least at 5. I was thinking about waiting on him, but at the same time, we have a movie also tonight. So, I would like to, start getting this podcast and not wanting to carry on, for too long. You know, it's just that. Anyway, something that I wanted to bring up, even though Aaron's not here, coming from a Nintendo person. We briefly went over it in the last podcast, briefly, talking about the Breath of the Wild being delayed until next year. Already kind of went over like delay is a good thing. You don't want to rush your product out. But the Nintendo did say that they want to release a Zelda game each year, and try to be able to focus on, you know, that mentality to have a Legend of Zelda game each year, even if it's not a new game, to be able to bring out or remake some of the older games, like we saw with Link's Awakening remake. And I was even talking about this for the Zelda 35th anniversary. Do y'all remember? Do y'all remember that? Hopefully y'all do. I was talking about Zelda 35th anniversary and thinking, why not just release some bundles? Like back in the GameCube day. If you want to get like I even mentioned this where the back in the GameCube there was a Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition. And what this had, it had Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2, Ocarina of Time Master Quest, Majora's Mask, and Wind Waker demo, and a little other video thing as well. So you had 4 games in one, even though there were ports, they wasn't necessarily remade from the ground up or anything like that. They were just ports. So it kind of made me a little bit thinking in my noggin, thinking, why not bring that back, sort of ish, even if it's just porting it over, like even if it's just taking it and just porting it over, you know. Um, I was saying like that for the Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, HD bundled up together. Here you go, yoink yoink, yeet yeet. Here you go. And I would say that would probably sell off the shelves. That would definitely start selling people. For those just those 2 games. Just for those. And I was thinking, why not do it for Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time? You had the 3DS, even though it looked a little bit better than the N64 counterpart, but make them in bundles. But then it reoccurred me that Skyward Sword was not in the bundle. Skyward Sword was definitely not in the bundle whatsoever. It sold $60. Here you go, here's the game. And barely did any tweaks. Like, yeah, it was a full Wii game. They had to redo the whole controller base layout just because, it was a Wii game. It was about motion and doing all this. And porting it to the Switch, some people that don't have like a regular Switch and have a Switch Lite cannot do that unless they buy Joy-Cons and just pair it and hopefully stand the Switch Lite proper it up onto something. So it keeps making me think and coming back to the 35th anniversary because I'm trying to look beyond the picture. Like, yeah, Breath of the Wild 2 got delayed. It's not going to come out next year. You know, Bayonetta, that's supposed to be a big hitter. I don't know how many attention that will get since it's, from Platinum. And Platinum record hasn't been the greatest lately. But, in the amount of time when the game gets delays, it can be a little bit discouraging, as consumers as customers, we're like, what's going on with the game? This is why I don't like games to announce early. Like, here's a logo, that's it. Oh, here's a little 1 second teaser, that's it. Like, why are you showing us it when you're just starting it in development? When you just began to develop the game? And then we have to wait for years and years, and it's like, when is it going to come? Like the Metroid Prime 4 incident. At that point, we don't even know if that game is going to come out or not. It hasn't been officially canceled, but there's hardly anything to say about Metroid Prime 4. Like, yeah, we just got Metroid Dread. Like, yeah, we did get a new 2D Metroid game. But you know, that was supposed to be the big hitter for late fall for the Nintendo is Bayonetta 3 and Breath of the Wild 2. And unfortunately, that's gone. And Zelda is a big property of Nintendo. It's one of their biggest, hugest franchises, more successful than the Metroid series that I was just talking about. And this will get money, because they didn't do much for the 35th anniversary. If you want to go back and look at it, they basically did a Game & Watch, Skyward Sword XD. That's it. I mean, yeah, we do have The Legend of Zelda on the Switch Online. We do have Zelda 2 Switch Online. We do have Link to the Past Switch Online. And if you have the expansion pack, you have Ocarina of Time and hopefully soon Majora's Mask at the very, very least. You know. But still, with people that don't want to buy the expansion pack, like me, would like to see that from Nintendo. I just want to mention that since I didn't really go over that in the last podcast because I'm a big Zelda person. That's why I'm saying. That's why my name is Highly and Hufflepuff. I'm a Highly. You know, I'm big into Zelda, even though I didn't like Breath of the Wild that much. But it still doesn't change the fact that I'm still big into the series. So I just want to mention that because I know um A&D streaming slash Aaron is probably not going to talk about a whole lot because I don't think he's that big in Nintendo stuff um as of late. Um, so this is the main topic, and I'm sure he'll come in and say stuff. E3 has been canceled this year. No E3. E3 has been going on for I don't even know how many years at this point. Like how long has it been going? A decade? A damn go. 1995. Holy crap. I'm old. I'm definitely old. I'm extremely old. I'm definitely 100% old. Wow. 1995. That's when the first E3. And and some of y'all might be wondering what is E3 before I get into it. E3 is basically a big conference that you go to, whether it's in person or online, that you watch. And then after the conferences, they will have like a big game show where you get to play their latest games on the game show. You know, like with the Wii U when people were showing off Mario Maker, during the E3 of that year, and stuff like that. Showing off the new and latest Call of Duty Black Ops, Halo 4 at that time. You know, like I'm thinking back to 2015, um, E3 direct E3. Um, so yeah, it's basically a big convention where all the big game companies come together and just talk about the latest games and what they have in store. Recently, in the past few years, Sony had stopped going to E3. You know, um, and at first I was like, if you don't have nothing to show on the table, because E3 for me, like as of personally right now, I still enjoy E3. I definitely don't want to see E3 to go. I like E3. I like, seeing the games, seeing the latest, and seeing, what they got coming out. Whether it's for the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, computer, and all that stuff. I just like to see the new games, and see how they are, and to be able to hear, people talk about these games. That's something that I would love to hear. And um, I've been watching E3 for years, but lately it's been a bit boring and stale. Um, it's because, like, I feel like because of Sony, they stopped going. And I feel like from me looking at it, I feel like it's because they might not have nothing to show for themselves. So I was thinking that'd be good because you don't want to be crap like EA. That was the most thing that I didn't like. Didn't work. It was supposed to be a thumbs up. Okay. Don't know what's supposed to be a thumbs up, but okay, that's fine. But yeah, it just made me think that because EA doesn't have anything to show almost every year, and since the pandemic happened, it really hindered on E3. Going digital. And you already have, Nintendo that's been doing Nintendo Directs. Then you have the PlayStation that's been doing State of Plays. And you have Xbox just doing its own thing because like, they paid a lot of money just to be able to host some games and all that stuff. Like Ubisoft, you know, they always do a dance for Just Dance, you know. They always do this musical fest that sometimes they'll bore me, sometimes they'll be like, okay. But I've never been interested in Just Dance in forever. It's never interesting. But they pay for all them people to come out there to dance, you know. And it's a lot of money piled up into this one singular long week event. Um, since we're in a new age and a new time, unfortunately, into this digital age where most of the things are online. You know, we're still reaching that point. We're not there for cloud gaming, obviously not. But you see how far technology has come, and they could just release a trailer. Like I remember, like in 2020, when there was hardly any Nintendo Directs. Hardly any. And people would get mad saying, like, when's the next Nintendo Direct? I need to know what games are coming out for me Switch. I've been playing Animal Crossing, getting a little sick of it, getting a little tired of it, getting a little bored of it. I want something new in my life. I want some new games. And all of a sudden they just showed a Paper Mario trailer and it started going everywhere. Just because of that. That's all they had to do. And that's where we're coming in. That's all they need to do is just do a trailer or state of play or directs. And to me, it kind of makes E3 not relevant anymore. Um, and that's sad to me. Like I like E3, but another thing about E3, not because it's just money, is because it gets rumors of the games that's going to be showed. Like here's the leak. Like here's some leak images of what's games that will be shown on the game floor. Like here's some leaks. Like this is what we're going to show, and it makes us lose the interest. Like yeah, I know that's going to show. Yeah, that was like yeah, that's going to show. Like yeah, that's going to show. It doesn't feel like any surprises, and you want E3 to be a surprise. But we're in this age where people like to leak stuff. People just do. And E3 this year has been canceled. It's officially canceled just for this year, mind you. But it kind of makes me think of the future for E3, for its purposes and stuff like that. Because it hasn't been, let's be for real here, it hasn't been that good like it used to be. There were times that I felt bored, just watching it. There's sometimes where I get excited. And it's like, I think it's becoming a relic now of the past. I don't want that to happen. Trust me, I don't want that to happen. Like I said, I love E3, and I will still enjoy it for what it is. And I wouldn't be shocked if it starts going away forever. Because them seeing it canceled this year, it just made me think that there might be not no more E3s. Because all you gotta do is just release a trailer, release a direct, release this. There you go. Like, what's the point of E3 anymore? Like, it's coming out of that. Like, what is the point of even showing up or even coming anymore? You know, because everything is online. All you have to do is just get good internet, have something to drink, boom, about $50 for watching E3. You probably eat food, but still, are $30 compared to, like, I don't know how much money the tickets are and all that stuff. It's on my head, but it's going to be sad to see E3 go. It really, really is. Seeing the games for the first time. When I first saw Breath of the Wild, like the very first time, I wanted it. Even when I didn't have a Switch, I wanted it. I was like, ooh, this looks amazing. This looks beautiful. And I believe it was shown at E3. Showing all these cool games, these CGI effects, and just seeing it's going to be gone. We just have to wait till time to wait and see. But at the same time, with the way things are going, as of right now, it's going to become a relic of the past. It's going to become really irrelevant, unfortunately. So no E3 this year. I don't know how many people will feel about that. Um, yeah, I don't know how many people is going to feel about that, to be honest, because it is kind of sad. It is, but at the same time, it's like this is where we come at. Like, this is where we are. Because I'm pretty sure now it's where we're going to just call it a summer Nintendo Direct. And I'm already hearing that it's going to be the biggest Direct, like, ever. And I don't know if that's going to be the case. Because I'm pretty sure that's probably their next Nintendo Direct. To focus on the rest of this year, hopefully. And the releases that they got set and planned in stone. Um, and then you got PlayStation, when that comes into another topic of its own. They don't have many first parties coming this year, as people say. And I'm like, didn't y'all just came out with Gran Turismo 7? I believe that. Didn't y'all just, you know, came out with that? I believe y'all did. Could be wrong. What about Forspoken? That's supposed to be coming out. I know people are looking forward to that game. Um, I think that's coming out this year. Because, you have the new Spider-Man next year and stuff like that for the PlayStation. And this comes into, I don't like when games announced too early. It kind of circles all back, to be honest. I just don't like when games are mentioned early. Like, here's a screenshot, boom, here's a mark, boom. Now you know that the game is in progress. Why not wait until you have more stuff to show? Like, please. Like, at least please. Like, if you don't have anything to show, be silent about it. I know that people may not like that. People was always wanting news. Saying like, what's gonna be next? What's gonna happen? You know, and stuff like that. So it's just coming into silent, and they need to be silent about that. You have Xbox being silent. You don't know what's gonna be, what they're doing. So it's just with E3 gone, I don't know what these three companies are gonna do. I'm pretty sure Nintendo's gonna do some direct. I don't know what Microsoft slash Xbox is gonna do. I have no idea what they're gonna do. I have no idea. I know at times I've been impressed with their games, but I never care much for most of them. And then you have PlayStation. So, and I hate when people complain about that. Since E3 is canceled, sitting there saying, "Oh, we're not going to have new games anymore. Oh, there's barely any games that are coming out. Oh, look at the games that are coming out. First party games, and there's not a whole lot. We might get that new God of War game, but there hasn't been a set date yet for that game. We're getting nothing." It's like, dude, there are games that are coming out. Like, chill. Like, chill. Like, yes, we all want to hear about the new games. Of course we do. Like, of course we want to hear about it. But at the same time, they don't want to show it early, and sometimes we just got to deal with that. As consumers, as customers. There's games out now. Why not play them instead of worrying what's next? That's how people was like that during 2020. People were freaking out over where's Nintendo Direct. We haven't had Nintendo Direct over 100 days. Where's my Nintendo Direct? It's been a full year since I haven't had a main general Nintendo Direct. Where is my Nintendo Direct? Nintendo. People were losing their minds. They're thinking, oh, there's a Nintendo Direct coming this week. Didn't happen. Other than that, there's a link Nintendo Direct that's coming next month. Next month comes. Didn't happen. You got games. Play them. I got games. I play them. Simple. Like, yeah, first party, we always want to see new games. I keep saying that. We do. I do. I would love to see more from Breath of the Wild 2. I would like to see if it did any improvements over the Breath of the Wild. I would love to see something like that. I don't know when they'll do it, but that's something I would like to see. But I'm not going all over the place going, what? I need my sensitive. I can't. I need it. I need it. I need it. If I don't get it, I'm going to lose it. So I think people just need to chill. You know. Because you don't know, like, all the games that are coming out for 3 of these systems. And hopefully they'll do something in the summer. Like I said, we're coming into this new age where all you can do is just release a trailer or do a direct or state of play thing. That's all you have to do. So, I don't know if Aaron's gonna come. He said it'll be a bit late, but I don't know. This last topic, I know this is not gaming, This has nothing to do with gaming. Absolutely nothing to do with gaming. Nothing. And I'm pretty sure everyone at least heard of this at one point or another, whether it was memed to death or, talked about within your friends. You've probably heard of it. There was an award ceremony where Chris Rock was announcing awards, and then he made a joke about Will Smith's um, wife, and Will Smith looked at her and said that she wasn't laughing, and then Will Smith walked up on stage and slapped Chris Rock. Now, Chris Rock went out in a professional way, unlike Will Smith, and then Will Smith eventually apologized. He made a whole speech, of why he's sorry, why he is sorry, for doing that. And this is where it comes where I can agree with people on this one. That Will Smith's career should end it because of this. I think that's going way too far over just one mistake. You know, it's like, ooh, they made one mistake. Let's make sure they hit rock bottom. No. Like, I like Will Smith as an actor. There's movies that I actually enjoy from his. You know, there's things that I have enjoyed from this actor. He might not be my favorite actor, but I like his movies. I enjoy his movies. I don't want to see his film career all the way destroyed as some people would like to see it. Saying, oh, Will Smith can't act anymore. He did this. There's going to be some repercussions from this. He's not going to be able to film any movie whatsoever. It's done. He's out. Bye bye, Will Smith. And I'm like, I think that's taking it way too far. I really, really do. I think that is just taking it way too far. In my personal opinion. This is my opinion, by the way. My opinion. And like, yeah, there should be some repercussions because we all make mistakes. None of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. People still call me a false teacher. People tell me that I shouldn't lead a ministry, but guess what? I'm still doing it. Lordy darty darty dart. I'm still doing it. Like, I don't want to see these actors, go. I don't want to see Will Smith not in the movie industry anymore. And I definitely don't want to see his career all the way to the bottom. Because I believe in chances that we should all get. Like, all of us made a mistake. We shouldn't point fingers, as a Christian standpoint, looking at this. Like, yeah, the circumstance to it of what happened, repercussions, the mistakes, still doesn't define who Will Smith is. And people say that's it. That's what defines you. And I'm like, um, I just don't think that his career should go down the toilet just because of one thing. Like, I don't understand why people need to bring someone down over one thing. Like, he did it. Like, yes. But the thing is, like, people's like he deserves what comes to him. As this quote goes on, karma against karma. He did something bad. He shouldn't be filming anymore. Boot him off a stage. Bye bye. Over one thing. I definitely do not agree fully that his career should end. And that should go straight down. Because I don't see him doing it again. He made an apology. But people is like, well, he got what he's deserved. He's going to get what's coming to him. You know, with what happened at that award ceremony, nah, he shouldn't even done it. He shouldn't even done it. And I'm like over here like, yeah, you get consequences. Like there's consequences to actions. You know, there are consequences to your actions. To whatever you're doing. Like, yeah, we got free will. Just because of that doesn't mean that you should do, you know, everything. There will be consequences to whatever action that you do. Whether it's a good action or a bad action, there's still consequences to that. And people think, oh, consequences is a bad thing. No, consequences doesn't mean it has to be necessarily a bad thing. It does not. So I don't think that his career should go down. I to me, he's still a great actor. To me, he still makes decent movies, and I don't like seeing actors go away when they put in so much work and talent and time into making movies. Bro, I'm trying to call. Oh, I didn't see a ring. I didn't hear a ring. My bad.
Hey,
I didn't hear you ring. My bad.
you're good, man.
Um, it sucks that I had to change everything because now you came in late.
What do you mean by change everything?
I mean, I have to get the screen going with both of us again, and I have
Oh, okay.
to do all that stuff, and I can't. It's not easy doing it on OBS.
Okay.
So where's the? Give me a minute, y'all. Give me 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes. You might not see my face for like a second. Hopefully, y'all are okay with that. All right, be right back. Sorry about that, y'all. I don't know what's been going on with OBS, but my OBS has been crashing, and I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into it at one point. But let's catch up with Aaron on speed. We did talk about three things, so I don't know if you want to say anything about it. The first thing we did, we mentioned a little bit of Breath of the Wild being delayed and looking beyond that a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went over E3, and now I've been talking about Will Smith. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to say anything right now.
Well, I think it's the same thing with the Breath of the Wild delay. It is what it is. Just let it be delayed. Go out next year.
Well, I
Or when,
was saying it could lead out to the what I talked about, what could be the Zelda 35th anniversary. You know, because Nintendo did say they want to release a Legend of Zelda every year, even if
mm-hmm.
it could be a remake or a port of it. So,
Yeah.
like Link's Awakening remake. That's what I'm thinking that they could do that potentially. That it could mean that.
Yeah.
That's what I was mainly talking about. And I mentioned that before on the the 35th anniversary, what I would think would happen, but nothing really happened for the 35th anniversary.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say about Ether? Did you watch Ether?
Uh, E3 being canceled. I mean, I was kind of surprised by that. I'm not gonna lie.
I wasn't.
I mean, but I can understand because, like you just told me, PlayStation doesn't really go attend much there or whatever
No,
you
that
said.
the recent years, no, they stopped going.
Uh, and yeah, there are lately. There's been like E3 moments in the past years that just been that have been pretty bad.
I would agree.
I I'm guessing. Yeah.
Because I can't
I,
tell which one's worse. I can't tell if EA sucks or Ubisoft sucks more at this point now. I can't tell.
what about Konami?
There's no mention of Konami. They don't have their own thing yet either.
I like to think mess with you.
But yeah,
Um, uh, yeah, E3 has definitely had some bad moments.
okay.
How many moments were there that were bad? But
What I said
I,
at the end of the day is saying like I won't miss them, but I
yeah,
think this is the beginning of E3 being canceled for life, and that's going to become a relic. You know, it's been
that's
canceled. It's been
yeah,
canceled just for this year. You gotta keep that in mind. Just for this
really,
year.
yeah,
I would hate to see E3 go. I enjoy E3. You know, despite
yeah.
of what game's been shown, I still enjoy myself.
That's the annual event for gaming, pretty much every year.
hmm
But,
But that's what I said to sum it all up.
yeah, I'm just now looking up top 10 embarrassing E3 moments.
Cool. How do you feel? This is I know this is not related to gaming, but it's everywhere at this point. How do you feel about the Will Smith situation?
Will Smith shouldn't have never slapped Chris Rock because that was assault, first of all, and yeah, it's definitely making him look bad right now. And here's the thing, though, it's funny that when this whole thing happened, I would never watch the Oscars ever because Oscars is crap right now. But I think that was probably yeah. Even if people, I know there's like other people never haven't watched the Oscars either, but that has become like the most talked about moment right now, and it's been quickly memed upon in meme culture. There was
Mhm.
one meme I that it showed the slap, but it said on the top when you run out of ammo in GoldenEye.
I saw another meme
Because
where Andrew Garfield saved Chris Rock from slapping. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Wait, did you say Andrew Garfield?
Yeah, Spider
I
Man. Spider
I
Man saves swinging in.
I saw him mimicking it, making fun of it. A video of him making fun of it, but yeah,
But you know, Will Smith made an apology about that, right?
yeah, it wasn't really an apology in my opinion because he
Oh,
didn't really
really?
rock. Wait, what were you saying?
I was just hearing your opinion on it.
He didn't really apologize.
But
Uh,
here's a big question for you, because I was just recently talking about this. I don't know how much you heard. Do you think that Will Smith should never film a movie or be in a movie or TV show ever again because of this incident?
no, that shouldn't give him like that shouldn't be enough to make him never
That's
work.
that's what some people are saying right now, that this is going to end Will Smith's filming career.
Well, everyone's not perfect.
That's
People
what
make make a lot of mistakes, and but the weird thing about it is that once Chris Rock made that joke to Jada Pinkett Smith, that G.I. Jane joke, Will Smith was laughing at the joke too, and you could see him laugh. It
yeah.
showed him on, but Jada Pinkett Smith wasn't having it. And all of a sudden, he sees the look on her face, and he feels like he had to just go up there and freaking hit him, whatever. If that was the reason he had to do it, which I think was completely bullcrap in the first place. But
Some people think that was staged. If you want to
yeah,
go
there's
there or not.
some thought that was staged because I th- I forgot who I forgot who said it or if I saw it on YouTube. I don't really know, but I think someone said maybe on a comment or something that it looked like it was staged, that Chris Rock was just preparing for it, that he was getting ready for it. But I don't know.
I mean, he handled it professionally. Chris Rock did.
He did handle it professionally. If it was a real thing, he did handle it professionally. He didn't lose his cool.
Uh,
Chris Rock was definitely the bigger man, I think, in that moment.
yeah, but people think that Will Smith should not film anymore. And there's already been reports that there's movies that he's making, now they're in slow production.
Yeah, I heard about that. I think I saw that somewhere. Like
That's
one
why
movie,
that's why people think that this is the end to Will Smith's career.
like a movie of his was getting pushed back or something. But anyway, I know that the couple days or the day after the Oscars, or a couple days, uh, police showed up at his house.
Really? Didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah. Because I know Chris Rock. Chris Rock said he didn't want to press charges. Hold on a sec, man.
Okay. Well, still talking about the Will Smith, he even says that everyone makes mistakes. So everyone does as he's slowly coming back.
Sorry, man.
Um,
I had a call.
you're fine. But
Anyway,
everyone makes mistakes. No one's perfect, and I still don't think this should end his career. Like I said, like I said, I don't think he's my favorite actor, but he's a good actor in movies. Despite of that slap, or however you want to take that slap in, if you've seen it. Um, I just don't think, because people like to see, unfortunately, even to me, make that one mistake wants you to hit rock bottom, making sure that this is what you deserve,
Mhm.
and it shouldn't be that way to anybody. But what are you gonna say about Will Smith about the police showing up to his house?
No, I was saying that Chris Rock didn't want to press charges, but the police didn't have no problem searching and going to his house. So yeah, they're the police.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So, what do you think is going to happen after all this with, Will Smith?
I have no clue if if he if more bad things happen, or just when I say that, I mean like more media attention about this whole thing still goes on, or if if this whole thing just blows over and be forgotten about. Uh, I don't think. It's whatever. I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think that this should end his acting career. But it's just pretty much this. it shouldn't just like end his career like that, because he made a mistake, or if he just doesn't care about the mistake he made, or
I mean, he
if
did
he
make an
really,
apology, and it hasn't happened since then.
yeah,
That's the way that I looked at it, because he made an apology, and I was like, okay, I'll listen through it. Even though you may not feel like that was sincere or anything, I felt like it was a bit sincere. So I took the apology in, and ever since then, he hasn't done anything like that. So that kind of tells me that he's trying to move into the right step of direction after all of this. That he really didn't mean it, you know,
hmm
of what happened.
yeah,
But that's potentially what I was saying about Will Smith.
yeah.
I know that has nothing to do with gaming, but it's all over.
It's all over the world.
It is. That's why I was saying, like, we could talk about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I had for topic wise for the podcast. I don't know if you had anything else you want to add on, because I know you probably showed up late about the E3
Uh,
or Zelda.
I know I done like I know like you pretty much like talked about everything you had to talk about. I also mentioned about, well, I know you're not really sure about it, but I did mention message you about if you had any thoughts about Epic Games launching Unreal Engine 5.
Never heard anything about it.
I just searched up gaming news today, and that was the first thing, top news stories I saw. And a new Tomb Raider is going to be made with Unreal Engine 5.
Cool. I stopped playing Tomb Raider for years. But I don't know if you want to mention anything else about E3 or the Zelda ish, since you came out
No,
late.
I'm looking up a video called E3 2021 was a colossal waste of time. And
It kind of was. Ubisoft sucked, Bethesda sucks, Square Enix sucked. Nintendo did came out on top. They say the best for last. At the very least, that's what I like about Nintendo. They know what
yeah,
they're doing.
yeah,
But all the other stuff, it just felt like that. And over time, like that's why I could see E3 no more. You know,
yeah.
because I was saying like you're paying a lot. They're paying a lot of money when all they could do, since we're in this time in this age, they could just release a trailer or a Nintendo Direct and da 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 da.
Yeah.
You know, that's about it. Like we're coming into this digital age.
hmm I see a video saying E3 2021 was the worst E3 in history. And the video I'm on, the description says this might just be the worst E3 of all time, E3 2021.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if this was the worst one. I don't know.
Mhm. Yeah.
But is that all you had to say about either? Just making sure.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I've pretty much got from E3 was just watching some of the highlights of the new games coming out. So that's it.
Oh, you never fully watched a E3 presentation?
I don't. There's might have been a point I did watch a whole thing of it, but it wasn't the whole entire thing. It was like an Xbox preview of E3. Xbox at E3.
I've been watching the full hour or hour and a half experience of
Mm.
directs. Listen to people talking and showing, the games that they're showing, even though it's just Dance 2020, 2020, 20. Blaze it. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if I see that title for Just Dance. I wouldn't be shocked at all.
2020 Blade. Why don't you just make that into a meme?
Probably because Just Dance is still going on, and I don't know if anybody really plays it because I don't care for it.
I mean,
But
they got like a couple of Just Dance games for the Wii.
yeah,
That's it.
I was just mentioning it because it like at E3 because they just didn't because with Just Dance, they perform a big musical number for the game. They do that
Yeah.
every year, and
I mean,
sometimes I like it, sometimes it doesn't bother me. I'm like, that's cool, you
if you
know.
want to like, if you want to have fun with your friends, or you just want to stay active and not go outside and work, you just want to like dance in the house and put it in and do it. Just play the game. But I know it's not your forte or not your cup of tea or whatever you call it. But
It never will be. But all right, since that's all we got to say, this is the kind of the end short end of the podcast. I will say that I know that I talked majority of it. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened with OBS. As soon as I cut my video out, it just closed OBS out. So I really don't know what that's all about. That is strange, at the very very least. That was very very strange. And then Aaron kind of showed up. Um, like over 9,000 hours late. So,
uh,
because it's got to be over 9,000.
yeah, okay, yeah.
But yeah, you're always welcome to submit your topics, whether it's about gaming or an actor. If you want us to talk about an actor, Robbie Williams. What do we think about the guy now? Since the tragedy of him, stuff like that. Or if you have any questions about the Bible, certain books or certain passages or certain thing that may be controversial, just to hear our thoughts on it, our opinions on it. So if you have anything like that, you can always DM it to me or whisper it to me at the same time. Also, if you want to be part of this podcast, if you want to voice your opinion, be here with me and Aaron. Let's say you had something to say about E3. Let's say you hate E3 and that you're proud of this. And let's say it's glad to see E3 going away. Or maybe you'd be shocked and crying in tears over Will Smith. I don't know you. I don't know what you would do, but stuff like that. If you want to voice in, just be part of the podcast. Just DM me or whisper me as well if you want to be part of these podcasts. Are you
Maybe
gonna say,
we could
Aaron?
talk. Maybe we could talk about Evo 2022 instead one day instead of
Well,
E3.
okay. And anyway,
I think because that tends to be a better event than E3 most of the time. Evo.
okay. Anyway, so if you want to get in on these podcasts, just do that. Also, we do this podcast every Tuesdays. We stream them at Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Sometimes they've been at the same time. They haven't been later or earlier like the Reunifies has been. So that's our time of our podcast. Also, we will have a movie tonight. And what are we going to be watching? We're going to be watching me playing with a deck of cards, going through them, making sure they're organized. Why do I organize these deck cards? I don't know. Then you'll see the queen going off with your head, and that is the movie. I'm glad Aaron is agreeing with that. Anyway, we're gonna actually watch Spider-Man No Way Home. Finally, for people that have not seen the movie, if you want to come out now, come in. I know that we skipped over and people, I know people's getting upset saying like, when the homecoming, when you homecoming, far from home, it was far from home. You just skip over those two movies. You're not giving my boy some credit here, my Tom Holland credit here, because he didn't go over the movies. Chill, chill. We already did that. We don't need to do it again. We did that when we're going through the Marvels. The only reason that we didn't do the Spider-Man and the May Spider-Man because it wasn't necessarily part of the MCU of what they're doing now.
Yeah.
Until No Way Home. Like, I'm pretty sure everyone knows that has not seen the movie. We know our boys are going to be in there. When? I don't know
We
if it's at the end of the movie, but people say at the end of the movie. I don't know. I don't know how
don't know.
much they're showed up on screen. I don't know how much screen time that they will have. And no,
Mm.
and I don't know much about the story or what's going on with the story, despite of what the trailer already said to me. So if you want to come out tonight, prepare your popcorn and all that stuff for No Way Home. And also, not only that, if you like coming to our movie nights, there will be a movie poll. Unfortunately, we didn't get any new movies into the poll, but I'm going to re-release the poll for people that actually showed up to the movie nights and that are interested and actually wants to watch movies. You know, so you'll be able to have multiple votes, and there'll be multiple movies. For example, Narnia series, Studio Ghibli films, Robbie Williams films. You know, stuff like that. Avatar: The Last Airbender. You know, the movie, the greatest movie that's ever been existing. It's gonna be the show, not the movie. Um, But those are just examples that will go in the poll. And if you still want to put it in before I release the poll, say it right after the movie, or if you want to type it during the movie, because I will be making the poll probably after the movie because I do want to pay attention to the movie. Okay, I don't want to do anything while I'm watching the movie. All right, that's me. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Do you have anything that you want to say?
Um,
Because you came to the tail end.
I'm just. I gotta say that if we're into this, then all I gotta say is hope everyone has a great rest of the day or great rest of the evening, and I hope everyone has a God bless evening and a God bless week and weekend. And for some people who can make it out to the movie night, that would be awesome. But yeah, if they can't, then y'all have a great night and God bless, guys.
One more thing, we will be doing a special on the podcast 100. When is the podcast 100? Well, we're at 60 right now. Give it a year, maybe. But we'll do something very special for it to be able to come this long way of doing 100 podcasts. So we're definitely doing a special. What kind of special? Me and Aaron will be discussing that soon-ish or whenever-ish. Whenever we have ideas grinded ish. You know, whenever they start popping. But yeah, we'll be doing a special podcast when that time comes. I just want to let y'all know that ahead of time. You know, since this is that we've been doing these podcasts, even though Aaron started to show up, but these podcasts has still been a thing. So we'll be doing a special. But I hope that y'all have a safe, wonderful day. I hope to see you at the movie night. Hopefully, maybe, hopefully you'll share some of that popcorn. Sharing is caring. You know, not Karen, but Karen. Okay, don't get those words twisted up. Okay, make sure to share some popcorn. But yeah, I'll hope to see you guys across tonight. If not, we'll be back here tomorrow to do Reunifies. What game? Probably Phasmophobia. I will try to do something other than Phasmophobia for Reunifies, but it might be just Phasmophobia. But we'll see. We'll see. I keep saying I'll change it up, and it ends up being Phasmophobia. On the Reunifies. If you have game suggestions for those, you can always submit them. And for anyone on YouTube, um, we do have a Discord server, and we do these podcasts at 5 Central Time, even though you probably already watched this on YouTube because it comes out at 11, premiered at 11 in the morning on Tuesdays. So it comes out before we do the next new podcast to keep y'all in mind. So if you want to be able to come, we will still be watching that movie. I don't have to say, "Oh, next week this is what we're going to be watching," and that's where y'all hearing it because tonight, we're going to be watching this, and it used to be Friday. So, um, yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm going to actually end the podcast before it turns into ramble shenanigans. Unless you want to hear ramble shenanigans in the next podcast. If you just want to hear us just talk out of our butts. If you want to hear that. I don't know who'll be interested, but it's out. The idea is out there. Just letting y'all know. I can take advantage of it if I wanted to. Up to y'all. Anyway, take care. I'll see you guys and girls either tonight or tomorrow. And don't forget, we also do have service Wednesday nights. It basically acts like a church service. If you want to come to them, I will be doing a message. What is it going to be? Well, it's about a genie and a lamp. That's all I can give y'all. You rub it 3 times. You watch it grow in size. I'm just putting in the podcast before it gets inappropriate or anything because of what I just said. So yeah, take care.